thing and how they kind of kept themselves relevant with that. So, Mike, do you remember exactly what was it? What was it exactly they did?
So they have bought 23 sealed packs of 86 Fleer basketball,
Hmm.
and Michael Jordan has autographed the packs, hand autographed them, and then they've hand serial numbered the packs to 23, and then they've graded the packs. I think they're in is it a Beckett slab? You remember?
That I don't remember.
I think they're in a Beckett,
Yeah, and they're in something, for
but
sure,
they
'cause I
are a
remember seeing the
graded
picture.
pack also. So
Yeah.
they're encapsulated as well. And it's like the Willy Wonka's golden ticket.
Yeah.
It's a redemption in Goodwin Goodwin Champions.
Yeah.
So you get this redemption and you're going to get one of these extremely rare. I guess the conundrum for me, if you got one, would be what do you do? Do you open the pack?
Hmm.
Because the autograph is on the pack,
Yeah.
but there's a chance there's a rookie in the pack.
I think I take the Jordan autograph.
I think I just leave it
Yeah.
the way it's presented.
I think I do too. So interested to hear either of you guys' opinion, and I guess I would cite Topps update, like the rookie debut patches. Do you feel like a chase like that is the reason that product's selling well? Just that chase of 23 different packs.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because I would have. This is where I'm at. I don't collect basketball cards.
Mm-hmm.
But would I love to own a Jordan autograph of something? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that I would have opened a box of Goodwin Champions? Very little chance.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that there's a chance there's a redemption in them,
Mm-hmm.
could I potentially buy one? Maybe. Like I would seriously consider it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me as a casual collector, it at least has me considering it.
Interesting.
Yeah, where I wasn't interested before.
Yeah. Mike, or I mean, Nick, would you buy a box just to chase that?
So, just so I can, because I was trying to find the Jordan autograph stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be in the new.
Goodwin's Champions, which actually released this week
Yes.
or last week, technically now. Yeah.
So the question is, would
Would that motivate you to buy a
Would
box?
you buy a box knowing that? Or does it mean anything to you?
I mean, I would probably buy one just for the fun of it.
Mhm.
I think if you're looking at it from, again, like the Willy Wonka type perspective,
Mhm.
if anything, you get to open a box of cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to have a candy bar chasing the golden ticket as well.
Yeah.
So
Bingo.
Yeah.
it's I feel like a win-win situation. If you're a collector and it's something that you do anyways,
Mhm.
why not take the chance?
Mhm.
And if you hit the golden ticket, you'll be glad you did anyway.
Yeah. That makes sense, and I guess kind of bringing that seamlessly, maybe, over into another topic, like I said, with the rookie debut patches, that seemed to motivate Topps Update, baseball, and Topps has just solicited us for Update Chrome basketball, and they seem to think that's gonna be the driving force. I mean, I think that's the major reason that that product even exists.
They have Logo
Rookie
Man
they
or rookie.
I believe it's rookie debut patches that, like, so you'd have
Okay.
Cooper Flag War and
Got it.
stuff. And so, I think there are some minions. There's some chase of some minions. There's a few other things like that. But I do think they are banking on those rookie debut patches being the main significant thing. And, you're talking a handful of those and thousands and thousands of boxes. Now, I'll just ask your guys' opinion on this. Right now, secondary market on a box of Topps Chrome Basketball Jumbo is over $2,000. That's secondary market. And secondary market on Hobby is around the $950 range, I believe. And don't quote me on that one. But I know I couldn't keep Megas. I mean, Megas and Blasters Megas would be a couple hundred, Blasters would be probably 100 a piece right now. Do you feel price point wise when you think of Topps Chrome uh basketball, and I can tell you that our solicitation on them was higher than our solicitation on the regular Topps Chrome basketball. Do you feel that you could see the general public or whatever paying, let's throw a number out there, like 800 on a hobby and like 1400 on a jumbo? Now the jumbo does have 3 autos.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Jumbo.
That's exactly what I said. Your
That was your
reaction
reaction?
Yeah.
because I'd asked, is this going to be identical to the baseball side when they updated
Mm-hmm.
the products to less hits, if you will? But this is now going the other way.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, because so let me ask this question real quick.
Mhm.
When they did the most recent Topps Chrome football,
Okay.
was there 2 autos in a box of that?
No.
No.
Or
The hobby
yeah,
was guaranteed one.
Okay.
Yeah. Jumbo might be 3. I'm not sure. I mean, I have.
I would have to
I can't
remember between Delight and Jumbo.
But
Yeah.
but you're saying basketball Topps Chrome update
Mm-hmm.
hobby
Mm-hmm.
has 3 autos.
Jumbo.
Jumbo has 3 autos.
Jumbo has 3 autos.
Hobby has
1.
Okay.
I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
That seems. I'm not a basketball guy, so
Mm-hmm.
seems a little high. But
I'm not a basketball guy either, but let's assume the hobby does have 1 autograph.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So if you double the price of 2 hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
essentially the jumbo hit rate, if you will, I mean, does that kind of equal out? If you're wanting more autographs anyway? Does that make sense?
mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're getting a third for the price of 2
Correct.
the other way. Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it was surprising overall that, hey, there's another hit in here.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
is what the people were asking for.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Topps heard and said, hey, let's try it this way.
Do you guys? I wasn't trying to interrupt, but do you guys feel like it's reasonable, as Topps is a business that tries to make money, to take a look at the secondary market of basketball, Chrome Series 1, we'll refer to it as, and say, well, that's $2,100 a box. Do you think that's reasonable for them to determine their pricing to us, or should it only be based on cost of manufacturing? At least on that first wave.
I mean, if I'm being honest, this may be the buyer perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just want it to be the cost of the
Mhm.
manufacturer because that just, I
Yeah.
feel like that's winning for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, cost of manufacturing plus a profit for them. Of
Correct.
course. Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you're looking at the business side of it, if you have it doesn't have to be just any manufacturer.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I've said this about Panini when they do their first off the line drops.
Mm-hmm.
My argument is you already printed it.
Mm-hmm.
It's already done, right? Like you're not printing on demand.
Yeah.
You've already your cost for the product is done.
Mm-hmm.
The only argument to be made for allowing the manufacturer to then increase the price is just for them to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
And that only further drives the price,
Mm-hmm.
in my eyes, up.
Yeah.
Where if they say, hey, we know the market's doing this,
Mm-hmm.
but this is the cost of the product.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually the market's going to settle down. People are going to get out of their FOMO
Mm-hmm.
and everything's going to be okay. We're not going to panic here. We're going to just let it,
Mm-hmm.
naturally happen.
That's sorry.
No, you're fine.
I was going to say, because I forgot to turn the comments up, but Brandon had a point that I was also trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
As Topps has seemed to do with football, it has been the smarter side of them doing the update when it was such an enticing product because of who was in the product So here's another round for people to get
Mm-hmm.
Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
Con, Harper, and with a little more value on those as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we fault Tops for taking advantage of what the people want? I don't think so.
I
This goes
yeah,
back to the supply and demand.
it does. I do think so. I'll say this first. You guys agree? We might disagree if it should be cost plus profit, if they should consider secondary market in pricing initially. But I will speak for myself. I don't fault them second round at all. When they come to re-offer me something that's been out for 3 weeks and they see that it sells for $1,000 and they're going to leave me $150 meat on the bone, I think they're being pretty fair at that point. Now, again, initially, I've had conversations with people that are going to be in the business of bulk cards that'll drop later this week, and they very much so would be, and other shop owners that are long-term shop owners that are used to the model where definitely first wave is cost plus a little profit, and then we see what happens.
So I'm gonna take an extreme uh stance or give an extreme example of why I don't like it.
Okay.
They call it dynamic pricing.
Hmm.
That's what in business, that's what they use the term dynamic pricing when you're pricing it to market demand.
Hmm.
So Wendy's not too long ago, I don't know if you guys heard about this or not, but Wendy's not too long ago tried to roll out dynamic pricing for their menu,
Okay.
and it was going to be based on the demand at lunchtime, dinner time. So your junior bacon cheeseburger that costs, I don't know what it costs because I don't eat burgers, $1.99 at lunchtime might have cost you $2.99
Yes. I
because of
do
demand.
remember hearing they were going to do that.
And so just kind of keep that in your back pocket for a second.
Mhm.
I'll land my plane, I promise. Walmart, this is not like way, way out there, but I've read about this. Walmart has already put in for patents for the equipment to do digital pricing in all of their stores. And I think part of their plan is dynamic pricing in the grocery store,
Mhm.
where, oh, the demand for milk's up,
Mhm.
we can raise the price in a second.
Well,
The price of eggs is going up, we can raise the price in, a second's notice.
yeah.
So, same thing happens with the price of gas, which could be the argument you made for Tops.
Yeah.
So I just kind of
Mhm.
putting that out in something other than cards
Mhm.
terms. I don't love how that feels as a consumer,
Mhm.
but because that hamburger that costs $1.99 cost them the same to make,
Mhm.
whether it was busy lunchtime or not.
Mhm. I can see.
But
So, I guess going the other way with it. What if Finest? So we'll go with Finest Baseball. I think we'd all agree Finest Baseball is very hot.
Mhm.
It came out. I think we'd even talked last time compared to football. It was sold to me. I think I said over 300. I think it was less than $300 difference, but it was close. And it came out, and I even in a video threw out a price like 350. Well, we were cheap at 550, I think, for first week pricing, and that's the last box.
Yeah.
And then Megas, we were around $80. Fair first week pricing, limit 2. There was $20 case. It was going in 3 days.
Yeah.
I want more of it. I hope they offer us more. But what would happen? Why? Okay, I guess this would be the question. Why wouldn't Tops just throw it back on their website at 550 instead of offering it to me at back at the original price? And honestly, I'm against anybody getting fat. You know what I mean? But how would you know what I
with
mean?
two fat guys on
No. I mean, anybody getting
We're
financial.
still ordering junior bacon cheeseburgers. What happened to that?
He was making me hungry talking about that. I'm trying to think about cards, but no. it's the idea of Panini may have not done that, right? That's what I've heard from some of the guys. I've never been direct with Panini except for on the retail side,
Right.
but Panini doesn't go second waves higher, third waves higher.
Right.
They just give you your 2 to 3 cases. So it actually allowed the shop owners to quote unquote get fat. Now what did they do with it? Did their bank accounts get bigger, or did they invest in the community? Did they make improvements to their shop? Did they create a better customer? And I understand as the business owners, but I don't I do understand the second wave pricing being like, let's split the difference with you a little bit. Let's put some money in our pocket and let's put some money in your pocket. Now, again, people would say, I just haven't been doing it long enough direct, which would be, for me now, 12 years or so. But these other guys have had shops 25, 30 years,
Yeah.
see it a little different.
I can see both sides for sure.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just pointing something out.
So Storm Ghost said almost all the stores in Indianapolis have electronic price tags.
Wow. Do you mean card stores? Or is he
No, I think he's referring to like the Walmarts.
the Walmarts? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, that'd be getting real high tech.
Yeah.
Well,
I have Scott.
Right. He's fast
Yeah.
at sorting.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that fast at
It changing prices.
repricing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting. Storm Ghost, do you know, if you're still watching, do you know if they're using the dynamic pricing in Indy in those stores? Like, are they able to change?
well, that's why I didn't know if that's what he was referring
Yeah,
to.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Mhm. It another question, and it's just kind of going. It's still in this whole path here. The new retail reserve program, and I mentioned last time, I'm selling a lot more blasters.
Mhm.
I sell a ton of megas.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So they're using dynamic pricing in Indy already in
In
stores.
stores. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
So I sell a lot of, retail stuff, and they have this program with Tops. I forget the new name, so I apologize to Tops if, anybody'd see this, but it used to be the retail reserve program, and now they call it something else. But do you guys, again, and I'm selling a lot more because, your average blaster now is 35. Your average mega is like 85 now,
Mhm.
80. And so I'm selling a lot more of that and less hobby because hobby's 430 on average now. Do you think Topps should pick and choose the products that they do the retail reserve program, which what the retail reserve program is for 30 days. I have to hold the suggested retail. I cannot be higher. I cannot milk the market. But in exchange for that, they guarantee me, my understanding is at least 3 cases of blasters. Do you think they should do that for every product? Or do you think that they should choose select products they do it for?
You go first. Let me digest this for a second.
So you're still talking about retail, though, not when you say all products, you just mean all retail products.
Yeah, just blasters. And this year it's to include hangers starting soon.
Oh. Okay.
I think that
So I guess to shorten the question, should they just mass produce retail and give everybody a shot to get it at a fair price?
I guess it's depending on what side you're on, because unfortunately you use the term mass produce, which is going to cause the tussle between the sides of like, oh, now I see these cards everywhere. That's why everyone could get them at this price. But I guess I would understand choosing certain products if, and this is just using the basketball update as an example, if I could get debut patches out of anything, I understand why they would choose that over, I don't know, something else, Tops on the shelf, Tops Chrome Marvel, where it's just, the Marvel based stuff. I could understand why they would choose one thing over the other. But I guess from more my side, the guy who buys boxes,
Mhm.
of course, I would like to see it across the board. I think that would entice me to choose other products that I don't normally choose as
Yeah.
well.
Well, the reason I was asking the question and definitely want Mike's input is because of the Topps Chrome Update basketball. They're not doing that program with that. So your choices are going to be hopefully get lucky, find it on a store shelf, a blaster or a mega,
Right.
and your local hobby shop from my just reaching out to a few people seems like they got on average one jumbo, one blaster case, and two hobby cases. So when you go into your local shop, the chances are what you're going to be able to buy is a hobby Topps Chrome Update NBA at probably $700 to $800. That's going to be my guess.
Yeah.
If they made it available, would we? If they I had to hold the $35 and they gave me 4 cases, would I sell the hobby at 800? So I guess
Yeah. So I'll let Mike have his input, but I have something I'm gonna kind of
Yep.
jump back to quick.
So here's this is I was trying to digest this because when I think about retail, I try to think about my experience of shopping at Walmart
Mhm,
and Meijer and Target, and I try to think about that with that in mind.
mhm,
If I was This is me, if I was Tops,
mhm,
I think retail reserve should be in place for some of your more exclusive products like Topps Finest baseball.
okay,
If they're going to do megas
mhm,
and blasters of Finest baseball, great. Put those as part of the reserve program.
mhm,
If they're going to do Chrome update basketball,
mhm,
because there's rookie patch debut patches in those potentially, make those part of the reserve program.
mhm,
When you present or you produce Series 1 baseball
mhm,
or flagship basketball,
mhm,
don't make those part of the reserve program.
mhm,
But my caveat to this is retail reserve products would only be available at hobby shops.
mhm.
The other retail products would only be available
At your Walmart.
at your retail settings.
Okay, so
So
like
you'd be splitting the retail,
maybe megas are out at Walmart's,
right?
or whatever.
Well, I'm thinking like flagship baseball
Yeah.
because it's a large volume product.
Mhm,
You could get blasters of flagship baseball or Series 1 baseball, I should say,
mhm.
at Walmart or Target or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to get Topps Finest Megas at Walmart. The only
Mhm.
place you're going to get Finest Megas is at your local shop
Okay.
because that's more of a premium. Even though it's retail, it's a premium retail, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't think they should do it for every product, but
Yeah.
I think they should add something in the mix there where, hey, you can get these products at your shop, these products only, and maybe it's just megas can only be got at card shops and blasters can only be got at.
Mhm.
But I think that would be a better path forward than potentially overproducing.
Yeah. Good.
I was just gonna respond to Steve there. Steve, I would not send over your payment now. Unfortunately, we have quite a few spots left in both breaks. If anything changes relatively soon, we'll reach out to you and we'll let you know. Trying to read the rest here.
Yeah. Card shops are the only ones getting retail stuff anyways,
Mm.
but a lot of shops are taking everything at the retail store. I don't know that I would. So so let me just read this out loud. Tyler said a lot of card shops are the only ones getting retail at Walmart and Target anyways. Not Game Time, but a lot of shops are taking everything at the retail shops. I think, and Rob can probably answer this better than me, but I'm gonna at least take a stab at it. I think what's happening a lot is regular people are going to the shop, to Walmarts and to Targets and seeing oh, they have 15 blasters of this. I'm going to buy them all. And I'm going to take them to my shop. I bet they'll buy them from me for what I paid for them, or maybe give me a few dollars more. And if they bought all 15 of them, they sell 12 of them to the shop, and it might have paid for their 3 that they kept. And that's how I think a lot of shops are acquiring retail. I know quite a few of the shop owners around here, and I don't know of any of them that are literally actively going out and buying retail.
I think, and Nick, did you have something else to say about this subject though, about retail reserve being?
Not that subject. I was
Okay.
going to jump way back and just ask real quick.
Yeah.
Involving the secondary market, pricing.
Yeah.
Would your opinion change if you got more first wave?
Would my opinion change? Which direction? Would I be like
more? I mean, not that you were not understanding of the price increase, but
yeah.
At that point, would it just be okay if you had more first wave? Like, yeah, I understand.
So this is this is going to get me not in trouble, but get me people questioning my business practices if they're a breaker right now watching this or another shop. I know I'm going to get phone calls about this. There's a price point, especially in second wave.
I'm trying to see who's watching.
Yeah, no.
No.
In second wave, there's a price point where I'm like, I'm glad they only offered me one more case.
Correct.
If I don't want 6 more cases of Topps Chrome Jumbo Football at a $1,300 box or whatever. It's like that's too big for me. I'm selling more Megas and Blasters and normal priced hobby.
Well, and I threw this out here because a lot of customers, if you will, don't understand or don't see that as, hey, Rob had Topps Chrome football on his shelf for $700. I didn't get a chance to make it. Now they're $1,000. What happened?
Yeah. And what happened with second wave price?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And for sure, that's what happened. Sold out. Second wave pricing hit. And but then market reacted to that, which is, a completely different subject too.
Yeah.
Are you? I want to ask this, delicately, I guess.
Yeah.
When a distributor, it doesn't matter who it is, when they offer you a first wave of a product,
yes,
I know you're obligated to take a certain amount.
I mean,
you're expected to take
80%,
a chunk, right? Yeah. Okay. So, so when second wave happens, are you obligated at second wave?
So I'm not obligated at that second wave, but my second wave purchases would be compared against other shops in the area.
So it's still something that is being looked at, and
yes, they could tell me. I could call up right now and they could tell me. But Nick had asked me this question before we were live. The only thing I think I have turned down, even in a second wave, is Disney Chrome. It was closer to market, and I had a couple cases already. And they did offer as Finest Football 3 different times. And I took it on one of those waves, but I did not take it on one of the last
third
waves.
ones.
Yes. But in general, my numbers would look something like 100% first time, maybe 98 first time, and would look like probably in the mid 80s on second wave, percent wise. So I'm playing. I mean, I'm doing what I want to be doing. There is a thing, again, Scott just did. I had Scott do the inventory. I was going to have him do it today. He got to it Saturday. Right now, again, there's still about $200,000 worth of sealed product on that shelf. But if you really want to break it down, what's the movement going to be this week? Do I even have a chance on maybe 20% of it's kind of hot? And another 80% is just like waiting for something to happen.
Right.
And that's why for me, the getting out to shows sending stuff with people that I consider part of the team out to shows is part of the, I'll go out and do a show and I'll be like, oh, I sold 4 hockey. Well, I can't remember the last time I sold 4 hockey in here or whatever, Marvel or whatever,
I got you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem. So, going back to Finest Baseball, and it's kind of in this discussion. It's still in that same wheelhouse. When Topps Finest, I did a little video.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little video too saying Topps Finest is going to do Mega Baseball. At the time I made that video, people were trying to sell that Mega Baseball in the 150 to 175 range. And so that was before we got our solicitation, probably. It was just as soon as it was announced or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of people complained. And a lot of people said, just like they did with Select Football, which was a hobby only,
Mm-hmm.
they killed it with the retail SKUs. Backing into that question, should they do it with every product? I don't think they should, because I think they found the balance with Topps Finest with here's your 2 choices. Give us $600 for a hobby box,
Mm-hmm.
or for 85 to 100, grab a Mega. And I still thought the Megas were decent value.
Oh, so when you messaged me the other day and said, "Hey, let's talk about breaks for Monday,"
Yeah.
and I said, "Well, it's easy. Topps Finest Baseball, right?"
Yes, absolutely.
That was the only response.
Yep.
Well, my response was strictly based off of and I'm not a baseball guy whatsoever.
Mhm.
I've had probably 4 to 5 people this week message me and say, "I bought a mega box of Topps Finest Baseball. Look what I got."
Mhm.
And me just seeing what they got as a non-baseball guy, I said, "Wow, that's a really good value."
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to have some really nice, and the design's really good too.
So and it's probably, from what I've seen, it's about one in every other. You're going to get one where you got $25 worth of cards, but then you're going to hit the other one, you're going to get $150 worth of cards. It's been, and so I do like, maybe not confuse everybody. If you want to, there's a customer of mine that usually uses the phrase, put my big boy pants on. If you want to put your big boy pants on and go 550 or 6, go for it. You want to go 85, 90 for a Mega, you had that as an option. I think that just opened it up to more people, but I don't know where the line is, and I'm sure there's numbers that Topps is looking at to decide, well, how did we go from last year? I think it was 14 products into this year. We're going to do 16 products as part of the retail reserve program. Plus we're going to add Megas. Hangers. So I'm sure there's all these kind of numbers they're looking at to keep the hobby healthy. Now, I'm not saying keeping the hobby healthy doesn't benefit them in the long run, because it does. But I think that's part of the motivation.
I think them doing because they've never done Megas before, right? For Topps Finest Baseball.
No.
I think it's kind of a good move. And this is my thought process is, I'll use Kevin as an example because Kevin's one of the guys that opened a couple Megas.
Gotcha, Tyler.
And he was one of the guys that texted me, and he had a couple of really good boxes. If you're Kevin and you open a couple of Megas and you're like, man, these are really good.
Yeah.
Does that, in your head, does that say, hey, why don't you take a shot at a hobby box?
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Or do you just look for more Megas?
Maybe. That maybe too.
Yeah.
But I know how, I hate to use the word gamblers, but a lot of us in this hobby are programmed to think, well, if this product is loaded, it's loaded, whether it's a Mega or a hobby or what, maybe I should. So I wonder if that will help drive the sale of the hobby stuff to an extent.
It does bring up another interesting point. And, Bill will always used to use the phrase chasing the dragon, meaning if something's on fire, doing well, do you let it sell out and hope the customer goes to the next product, or do you chase that at less and less profit? And so, because I'm direct with Topps, because there's $200,000 worth of inventory back there on just sealed stuff, I tend to not chase the dragon. I want Topps to offer me more Finest. If they do, I'm in. As long as it's reasonable, I'm in. and I'm definitely mega. I'm back in, and I wanted in, but am I going to sit here? And we could go the same with art. What was it? Platinum
Yeah.
baseball.
Platinum was.
I could sell another case of hobby and probably 3 cases of blasters at anywhere under $50-$60.
I can't tell you how many people asked me for that this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, and a lot of people do, but that's why we're talking supply and demand. Why is it hot? Well, there's not enough out there, and it was a good product, and it's just do I, especially like in my case where you have the inventory that I currently am sitting on, I hope you go second best to you. Do you know what I mean? Like I hope you go, okay, but we'll do this instead.
Right.
You know. And obviously, if they offered me more, I'd be like, "I'll have that Thursday. You make the choice. Second best or Thursday, it's coming back in."
Right.
That sort of thing.
Just to update you two, we are halfway full on the baseball side.
Oh, halfway full.
Halfway full.
I like where we're going.
Yep. That's cool.
People are getting tired of hearing us talk, so they're buying spots.
Well, that's what
Well,
we
I
should
don't
do
blame
is
them.
hold everybody hostage.
Yeah, you have to look at us and hear us talk.
That's
for,
the
like,
that's the worst of both worlds. Isn't it?
yeah. So, this will finish off the finest, or no, actually, it's not finest, but kind of the retail discussion is. Go ahead.
Just so you can hold that thought, you do have a question.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Sure. Okay. So no. So here's the question: can any hobby shop get direct distribution of products from, say, Tops? So to answer that question, I'll go back 5 years ago. Tops was not selling to very many shops direct. The way that we purchased our products was through one of the other distributors. They'd mark it up slightly, but the benefit of that is I could say, I think I can only move 6 jumbo boxes, and I'd buy 6. And I could move 10 hobby, and I could buy 10. But when Tops came on the scene, they thought it was a better streamlined process to contact as many shops as they could. And so when they contacted us and we went direct with Tops now, probably 4.5, 5 years ago, it is just direct to me, and I'm able to purchase only in case amounts. There are still big time dealers with other shops in Columbus that confide in me that they like the good old days where they could call up their sales rep and be like, "I need 2 more jumbo boxes,
Yeah.
and 3 of this and 4 of that." Not a whole case. So Tops about a year and a half ago, designed something called the Prospect Program. So if you were not a hobby shop, as this market began to take off again, you could go onto a Prospect Program, which would allow you to get a few retail products direct, but very few of anything else. And most time, you were probably getting that second wave offer.
Sorry.
Yeah, second wave offer a little bit higher. So no, believe it or not, there are people coming into this industry that could go to Tops and go, "Look at my $565,000 in my bank account,"
Yeah.
and they don't care because they're done and they're doing business with me. I got very lucky, was in a very good position, both going into COVID and to get direct with Tops. And I do appreciate it. And yes, it is a lot. So I think what a lot of shops do, back to the idea that a lot of shops are going out and ripping off the shelves or purchasing that way. I think a lot of shops just try to hit was it EQL? Is that what it's called on Tops
Yeah.
or whatever?
Drops.
The drops.
Yeah.
They try to get a few on those drops. Then they have them day of release. And then I think also they go to like Dave and Adams and some of these bigger online ones and just buy it pre-sale a few bucks cheaper and make less money. There's no doubt that your shop that is direct with Tops is profiting considerably more than your shop that is not, for the most part. Now, is there a bunch of hoops to jump through? Yes. Do they have standards? Yes, for sure. But yeah, it doesn't matter if you had $2 million and you wanted to go start a shop. It doesn't seem to motivate Tops. They feel like they've got enough people in place. And even there were some rumors 6 months ago, they started closing accounts for breakers. And there's a few hobby shops that got weeded out also. So as long as you're doing their, suggested paperwork, hitting a good percent of the products purchased. People are reporting good things about your shop, and you're being fair. Maybe even social media a little bit. I think those all go into a grading card system that they look at your local shop.
I would add maybe there is always a but to everything.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
if your name's Tom Brady
Yes.
and you want to open a card shop,
Yes.
you might get an exception.
Or Lewis Hamilton.
Or Lewis Hamilton.
Yes, 100%.
So,
There seems to be a fame factor more than a bank account factor
yes.
that does seem to motivate them, and that would be
Well, and to Tom Brady's defense, it does seem like he and Fanatics
Mhm.
have a very tight relationship.
Yes.
So did all that happen when all that changed
Mhm.
in your system of buying?
Yeah.
Did that all happen when Fanatics took over?
Yes.
Okay.
There was there was a transition, and if I remember right, I was still able to get direct, but pick up a few extra boxes out at a distributor. Then the next year, the distributor only one handled the retail side. So I got my hobby from Topps Fanatics Direct.
Yeah.
Got a few retail, but within the third year, it was all comes into me directly shipped from Topps and only buy the full cases.
I was going to let one of you two answer first.
This question?
Yeah.
So Brandon asks, do you think with the hobby and retail, should they put low-end rookies and vets in retail and put high-end rookies and vets and superstars, I'm assuming in hobby?
Correct.
I hope explain that thoroughly, because it's disgusting buying a hobby box to get 2 autographs of lower end guys.
I feel I'll let you get. I'm
Well,
curious from the guy that sells it first, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. So they do try to be like, hey, there's pink prisms only in the Mega. There's this exclusive retail thing over here. I do think that some of the bigger chases are only available in hobby products. I don't know if there should be a distinction. I don't. I do believe, and this is going back a while. I do believe that prestige football from Panini, if we go back 10 years ago, there used to be short print rookies of some of the key guys, and I think you could only get them in the hobby version. And the retail guys came in retail products, like the some of the lower end guys, if I'm not mistaken.
I can. So where you finished is where I was going to go with this.
Yeah.
I can tell you because I'm more familiar with Panini.
Yeah.
Panini does that.
Okay.
Now, do they do it to the extent that Brandon is probably asking about? No, definitely not. But Panini definitely does this.
Mhm.
And everybody knows I'm a racing NASCAR guy.
Mhm.
We see it in NASCAR products. There are certain autographs of certain drivers that you can only get that driver and a blaster.
Okay.
And you can only get this driver and a mega.
That's interesting.
Now, I don't know that.
Do you think those values reflect those drivers?
The value of the box or the value
What the
or
value
of the card.
what they're in, I should say.
Yeah, I mean because the drivers that are exclusive to those retail products
Mhm.
are definitely low end drivers. I don't think I don't know that that's the right move completely though. I think maybe you lean that like it's all in a percentages game, right?
Mhm.
Like if you produce 10 million cards in a product and 5 million of them are in hobby boxes and the other 5 million are split between blasters and megas, then you don't want to split your best hits, your best autographs, and your best rookies completely in half.
Mhm.
You're going to want to lean a little heavier, say 75% of your better hits go
Mhm.
to hobby and 25% go to retail, and then flip flop that 75% of your lower end
Mhm.
go to retail It's all a percentages game because at the end of the day, it's a total print run that they're playing. How many cars did they produce, and how do they build out their whole product from each, Blaster, Mega, and Hobby?
My short answer was going to be short and sweet. Unfortunately, I don't think they should do that because, and I'm specifically talking today's market, any distributor or market, what you want to talk about, whatever.
Mhm.
If you don't like the prices of what the higher end boxes cost now,
Mhm.
if they only guarantee the good prices
Mhm.
or the good people in those
Yep.
boxes, unfortunately,
Yeah.
the prices would then have to even more so
Yep.
reflect that.
Mhm.
All
And
you're doing is widening the gap, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, is your guys' thoughts on that done? Because it kind of leads me
Yep.
into another rant.
Come on,
And
guys. You guys
apparently,
don't buy any spots. He's going to keep
yeah, I'm
talking.
gonna keep talking. So Nick sent me a video today, and it was from Sports Card Nonsense, which
Yep.
I believe is Mike Geo is
Yep.
the main guy from Sports Card Nonsense. And I don't know if it surprised Nick or not, but I did agree with him, kind of a lot. What he had said is that he thought a downturn would come, a downturn eventually to the market, but he sees that downturn maybe up to 36 months away. And he mentioned one of the things that you and I talked about last week, which I don't think made it in a video, maybe based on when we talked about it. But I was shocked to see, I predicted that kind of when boxes got so high and Tops kind of said, well, here's the ceiling, and they came down a little bit. And when I saw people stop busting, I just thought they'd kind of just leave the hobby or move strictly into blaster breaking, which some of them did.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there was a good amount that went into singles, which, in my defense, and I said this to Nick earlier, I've been doing this for a while, especially the sealed side. And I don't remember a day in let's say the 14 years I've been really running at it, 15, 16 years I've been really running at it. I don't remember a time that a single card could compare to the liquidity that I had in a box of cards.
Oh yeah.
Now the profit was really low. I mean, you can ask Bill and Bobby, like I was doing this at 15% profit, 20% profit max. And so, but I could sell boxes left and right.
Right.
So it was hard for me to envision that this love for the hobby, that the dollars just kind of went that way. Now, may do a video green screen thing about what I'm about to say, specifically playing a clip of him and then adding on to this. And I didn't see the full video, so I don't know if he said that. But the person, the company, the group is Fanatics that has a $4 billion investment in this. You know, a $4 billion a year kind of gross sales thing.
Mm.
They are going to get this right so that people, once again, are speculative because they need people to open products. So they don't care if an Otani changed hands 6 times. They need to sell more of these.
Yeah.
These boxes, and they need people to break these boxes. So although we may say, well, some of it seems a little greedy, there's a point where they know when push comes to shove that some money's better than none, and they could sell more products at a better price point. I see them positioning this stuff back down, and I don't think it's going to be that hard for a lot of people in the hobby to make that turn away from the goats again and back into speculative people busting boxes, especially if hobby boxes get back to around 250 is a good hobby box. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess, is that the downturn you're seeing? Is that what you're classifying as the downturn?
So yeah, for me, when I say that, I guess I am including a downturn in profitability, I guess,
Okay.
because I would say that, standard retail markups 30%. I would say that for the most part, your local hobby shop on sealed stuff has been able to do much better than that since COVID. And so not on second wave and not on everything, And like probably not retail blasters and stuff like that. But when you talk about hobby and supply and demand, even if we do fair first week pricing, I'm doing better than 30%, I would say, usually. So I see it getting a little closer to the cuff as far as profitability. And I do, in the big picture, just like everything else, it can't stay hot forever. There'll be a little shift. I mean, Pokemon and TCG has been really hot. I think that even cools off. Maybe it does move back over to sports cards if sports cards price wise, as far as sealed stuff changes. But again, I would also throw out there that TCG is a little bit more affordable, period. And you have families doing that together more than I think you have them doing sports cards. But I mean, that's just my hypothesis from seeing it at shows, but I don't know.
I would say the eye wants to see what the eye wants to see.
Yeah.
And I will just throw myself as an example. Majority of, and this may go hand in hand with what we're talking about, but majority of blasters and megas I sold this weekend
hmm
were a kid and a parent deciding what they wanted to get.
Yeah, and that's awesome. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of, now granted, I didn't have Pokemon on the table,
Yeah.
but I think there still is that group out there that, sports related. I think both sides have it.
hmm
I just think it's depending on what day and where you're at, it's what you're going to see.
hmm
Because I would say this was coming from somebody who had singles and wax at Xenia this past weekend.
hmm
I would say I did equally the same amount for both sides.
Okay.
Um, I think I could be going off here, but based on what I remember, I think wax side for what I sold at Xenia was probably the highest of what I've sold so far.
hmm I believe so.
Which to me, again, there was one big buyer, but
Yeah.
that's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Do you have any other thoughts, man?
I don't think I have anything to add to that.
Okay.
I have a different subject, a different topic
Sure.
thing completely that just remind me that I want to get to, but I don't think I have anything to add to that. I think, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I truly don't know.
Okay. I've got one other thing. I swear this is it. Well, two other things. So,
Can someone
one,
turn on the derby for me?
yeah. No, we're gonna, yeah. And so that's where I was. I got three things. So one is we just got in Tom and Jerry cards. So I just think it's cool.
Oh yeah.
I might open it here in just a minute. If we are not finishing breaks before I leave, I might open this. In full disclosure, I'm out of here before 7 o'clock, probably. So I might open that. And then another thing is last week we had a hard time filling breaks, and Mike and I just sat around and talked.
Yep.
That video got edited down. I had to watch an hour and a half or whatever, but we did actually do something and kind of like it's on YouTube. I didn't drop it as a separate thing, but it's got a cool little thumbnail of Mike and I. And this week, I think we've had some really good discussions. So Nick and I are gonna talk about what we can do to maybe drop this as a weekly video kind of thing. I'll create some thumbnail for it. But like, if you've enjoyed this talk and some of you are watching, you can go check out last week's, and it's edited down enough that you're literally just you're gonna get us talking about doing the break. You're gonna get what we talked about.
Yeah.
And then this is my only other comment, and then we'll go to whatever you want to talk about. And it's just an update on something we talked about last week. Is Topps Chrome Update Basketball again is cutting the seal on megas. And some people were like, good, that gives everybody a fair shot. Some people don't like it.
Scalpers.
Yeah, scalpers wouldn't like it. So here's the thing. Topps is trying that. It was an experiment. Well, so far we kind of know how the experiment's going. They made it clear that the megas would be cut on the website. The seal before this ships to you on just the megas. And the megas, as of yesterday, were still available on the website at the original price. So that means that the father and daughter, the the mom and son or whatever that wants a box of Topps Chrome Update Basketball for $85 can go buy it. And if they had not made that decision, you would have had all the bots swoop in, buy it. You'd have every shop in the country buy it because that's going to be $140 or $150 mega. I would almost guarantee it within a month and a half of release. So was that a good thing or a bad thing in your guys' opinion? That they're slicing the mega?
I think it was a good experiment. I think we'll have to give it a little bit longer before we can say it was this or that,
Mm-hmm.
because with every good there is an evil,
Mhm.
vice versa. And the one thing that I heard from people this past weekend was that's awesome,
Mm-hmm.
but now people are just going to weigh the packs and sell the packs.
That could be. It also you've created a differentiation between what you can get from Topps and what you can buy from me.
Yep.
So now is my sealed mega more than yours that you bought for $85? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like,
Probably so.
yeah. So it is interesting.
I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think just me as a consumer, one rule I live by, and this is sort of in line with this. One rule I live by with cards is I will never buy a box, like a hobby box,
Mm-hmm.
from eBay.
Okay.
It's just a rule I live by. I don't think there is enough good that can come from that. I think there's more bad things that can happen under that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm kind of leery, I would say that I probably wouldn't buy something that was unsealed,
Mm-hmm.
even if it was direct from Topps,
Mm-hmm.
because I would just be leery because that's my nature.
Yeah.
But I do think I don't hate it, in in a general thought.
Awesome. And
So
yeah, so I'll let you bring up the subject you wanted to bring up, and then maybe I'll do that on camera as we wait to see if this fills.
so the thing that I wanted to bring up is, which we should mention the show,
Mhm.
August 9th, Sunday, August 9th, Circleville
Yep.
Card Convention.
We decided on Circleville Card Convention, and I think I'm going with the last logo because me and Nick are actually doing some filming tomorrow out at Circleville.
Perfect.
Supposed to meet him there at 4. If I
Perfect.
haven't told Nick that. We're supposed to meet him there at 4. And it's not going to be anything like spectacular. I mean, I want to be a little creative, but it's literally, it's going to be we've got 5 days left. Yeah.
That's what you need.
Don't listen to Rob. He
Yep.
said it's not going to be spectacular.
Wait.
Yeah, he's got plans.
Is Slim Shady in Circleville
Oh yeah.
tomorrow?
We could do something.
I don't know who's in Circleville, but
Yeah.
everything that I tried to be involved with out there,
Yeah.
I will try to make it spectacular. I will
Okay,
say
that sounds
There
good.
you go.
That sounds good. And so one of the things we're talking about is literally a welcome banner, literally a sign that says TCG Pokemon this way. And so that logo was a little bit rushed to come, but I do think that's the name we went with, was Circleville Card Convention. You made a lot of sense with Circle City, creative, but let's get the name in there
Yeah.
for the people that don't live around. And like you said, a lot of people call it Round Town,
Yeah.
and stuff that live around here. So
And I'll just say this out loud, with marketing, you got to be a little bit ingenious with some of your things and a little creative.
mhm.
Sometimes you just got to dumb it down a little bit.
Yep, 100%.
And not to piggyback on anybody, but two of the other biggest card shows in our area
Yeah.
have the city
Mhm.
in the name.
Yep.
And so I fully believe that that's an
Yep.
important piece. But
Yeah, and it's very simple.
yeah.
Clarity over clever.
Yeah.
And that's makes a lot of sense.
So card show
Mhm. Almost sold out of Pokemon,
Sunday,
August 9th.
August 9th. Is it
Yeah.
9 to 3?
It is
Is that-
9 to 3. And yeah, Pokemon, 40 tables of Pokemon almost gone. 75 tables of sports cards. So we're looking at around 115. as far as tables go. Some decent card dealers from the area. Ball card show is supposed to be there. It should be a good time.
So my question and my thing ties in with shows. This is my question for you guys.
Mhm.
You're a show promoter, so you're going to have a thought and opinion, and you're a dealer that goes to other shows that I don't go to. So you're going to have specifically Xenia in mind. You're going to have probably an opinion on this.
Okay.
Should shows, if the show says it starts at 9, should shows allow people to come in anytime? Should they kind of force a line to develop? And where I'm going with this is with repackers. Should shows allow repackers to come in while vendors are setting up and shop? Is there a scenario where repackers should have to pay a fee to the show promoter to get in at that early access? Or
Yeah. So
what do you guys think about that whole situation?
do you want to go first, Nick, or you?
Do you have a more concrete answer right now?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, I've actually been messing with shows for, believe it or not, promoting shows, probably 17, 18 years. Different sizes, very small. The biggest show I've probably ever put on, besides being involved in the Circle show, is the 60 table show down south. It always was my understanding from a dealer's perspective. Now, we're talking about completely different markets we went through during those times. But a lot of dealers are like, why would you ever turn away a customer? And especially if it's one of these customers who are walking around with 20 grand, 10 grand in their backpack, going to drop some serious money, let them in, let them do their thing. That has been the rule for a long time. As the market changed, and as we're talking about bigger shows, I have had a lot of people say they appreciated it at the Circle show, that there was basically a lineup to get in, and that at a certain time you were allowed to come in. So I don't know how I feel about it. I do feel like the early bird entry is like a good medium.
Yep.
Where, especially when we're talking about the Circle show, I may talk to them about that in the future, because that money is benefiting the school.
100%.
That's not just me putting some money in my pocket or something. That is money that's going to go to benefit their athletic boosters or whatever. And so I'm like, that you pay $3 instead of $1 to get in early makes some sense. Sure. Go ahead.
So since neither none of you guys have set up at the National, I can tell you on Tuesday, the setup day, there's more business done on Tuesday than all week for a lot of those dealers.
That's true.
It's literally people coming in and getting passes from their friends to come in. My buddy Mike Aldridge, who has Father and Sons, literally sold out to Jim Messer on Tuesday and never had his stuff set up. So,
and we hear about Newhart. It being like
Newhart
a flip.
Goes in with a showcase.
Yeah.
Usually gets between $20,000 to $50,000, $70,000.
Yeah.
It's a deal he could have done beforehand, because the guy he normally sells to is out of Westerville or Zanesville.
Yeah.
So in those situations, but those are kind of preset things.
Yeah.
But when you get to the smaller shows, it's kind of, what I would say is, I think it's unfair for a guy to come in early and then try to buy your stuff, but try to give them a discount in advance, because you haven't seen actual customers, you haven't seen actual collectors that will pay the price. So if you come in early, that's fine, but that's my price. I'm not giving you a bulk discount.
And I think, and I think that an individual dealer would have to make that choice, but that makes a lot of sense. That you as a dealer shouldn't be given deals before you need to.
Building a relationship with somebody and all that's a different story. But there's so many flippers in the market that they don't care if it's you or the Jack coming down the street.
Yeah.
They are They're
Yeah.
for money. They don't care who they sell it to.
Yeah, and I do think maybe size of the show matters. If I tried to look at people unless I just lock the doors at Southway American Legion, I mean, people would be like, "You really? You're gonna like hold me back to the
Right.
show? You're gonna get 60, 70 people through the
Yeah.
door? I gotta stay out here till
Cross County
yeah."
Sports Park Spectacular is different.
I made them wait outside, but how I did that was I had
Had
one
gift bags.
I had gift bags in one door, and I tried to make them stay out there. But there were a few people on that one that messaged me specifically. Maybe it was the second one in, and I was like, "You can come in." You know what I mean? There's
Or
people that
Or they just buy it, rent a table with
Yeah.
no intense purpose of
Yeah.
setting up.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is that makes the dealer look bad because that's a table that really
Mhm,
that person's going to occupy to set their stuff behind for an hour or two,
mhm,
and then they're leaving.
yeah,
So
no, I
now
agree.
it's like, okay, did that guy sell out? It's like, no, that guy had no
Intention of doing
Like,
anything.
he knew that he needed to be in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I do think though, do you guys think that for a bigger show, the early bird thing kinda takes care of it?
Yes. I think, again, this kind of goes back to even just the wax or singles we talk about.
Mhm,
If you want to treat everyone the same way
mhm,
and not price, or not, I shouldn't use the word price, just basically treat all customers equal.
yeah,
Why does this guy get to come in early? Especially, and I say this, try to be understanding, specifically for the Circleville show.
yeah,
This is going towards the school.
yeah,
So there's probably going to be a lot more kids involved
mhm,
than what there will be at the National.
yeah,
But I think uh, across the board, I think most shows should have that early bird or early
Mhm.
access, whatever.
So would you say, like, if we're probably gonna get one more Circleville show out there, maybe in November or something. So if we get a Circleville show out there, you think it makes sense to be like early bird, 8 AM to 9 AM, $3 instead of $1?
So let me throw my 2 cents in because that's where you're at with it now.
Yeah.
I think the cost of early entry
Mhm.
should be um just roughly about 25% of the cost of a table
Okay.
for the show. So, for example, if a table costs $40 at a show,
Mhm.
I think it should be $10 for that VIP entry early access.
Okay.
And I don't think you're asking much
For $5.
for 10
$10.
for $10 of anybody.
Yeah.
The people that want to do it are going to do it. The people that don't want to do it aren't going to do it.
Yeah.
But I think that if you do that,
Mhm.
like you said, it sort of solves its own problem.
Yeah.
Because now the repackers have their avenue to come in.
Mhm.
It also gives, I've always said this, I like, and Nick can probably speak to this too, but I like that time during setup when you've got your table set up and you're kind of like, okay, I'm ready. But the show doesn't start for half an hour.
Mhm.
I like that time when the dealers are able to deal with each other
Mhm.
because a lot of our shows around here are pretty busy
Mhm.
and you don't often get the time to
Yeah.
go around to the room and
Yeah.
see everybody else or trade with people or whatever.
Mhm.
So that setup time I always felt like was the dealer's time, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
To do their thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean the cost of the VIP at Columbus Card Fest was $25. And I think their cheapest table was $250,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken. So 10%.
Yeah.
I don't think that's out of the
And I mean, kind of what I was saying, and Brandon again touched on it. At this point, how can we say no because of what it goes to anyway?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah. It's going to the school, it's going to kids.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you're going to a show and you're not set up there and you're just going to buy and it's $10 to get in an hour early,
Mhm.
and if I'm being even more,
$10 is $10. Like who
Mhm.
cares? Like
Mm.
If I'm being even more picky, it's not like the repackers and flippers don't have money anyway. That's what they're there for.
Right.
Yeah.
They're going to pay it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I
Exactly.
mean, let's say we make it $10 and that show gets, let's say 700 people. Well, let's say 100 come through. That's what, $1,000 right into the school's
Yep.
pocket? Is that the math there?
That's
$1,000?
easy math.
Yeah, into the school's pocket. I mean, that's another. I mean, they made a few $1,000s last time. Well, let's bump it up 1,000
Right.
or whatever.
How do you level up? That's how
Yeah.
you level up.
Yeah,
And I think you not to cut you off,
No.
but I heard you say you were going to get a welcome sign, and
Yeah.
I think that's how shows can level themselves up.
Mhm.
You know, some of the big shows like the National, some of the things they do great is all the signage and the presentation of it all.
Mhm.
These smaller shows that are regional and local, you don't have to have something extravagant, but just a small banner.
Mhm.
You know, especially if it's a recurring show, maybe you don't
Yeah.
have the date on it, but it says "Welcome to
Mhm.
the Circleville Card Convention,"
Yeah. No,
and you just reuse it every time.
Yep. Nope, I totally
I think it's
agree.
a great investment for something like that.